Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me right here in Solomon's Temple. I'm Solomon Izang Shams. Good to be with you. They call me Uncle Solomon, so feel free to call me that. And great to have you here. Please make sure you subscribe, especially if you're here for the very first time. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the videos, share the videos. We would really appreciate all of that. A couple of months ago, I embarked in trying to empower people to be able to use YouTube as a tool of influence. So I've been training people. Even tonight, I'm going to be training someone from California in the USA. So it's an area that I have been in for quite a while, and there's financial opportunities. Creating videos on YouTube, depending on what your interest is or what your expertise is, whether it's church, ministry, business, medical side, any sort of business or whatever, teaching is important. So if you're interested, please get in touch with me on +278221294438 for a small fee that I charge. I would give you some sort of coaching, training, and mentorship. The new relationship in town is a relationship between Archbishop, that's what he's called. He calls himself His Excellency Archbishop Stephen Bafana Zondo, the pastor and leader of so-called Rivers of Living Waters in Johannesburg, in the Vaal part of Johannesburg. And he's been accused, he's been in court for close to 2 years now, of not treating women right, abuse, sexual abuse, financial abuse, witchcraft, and all of that. I have met him. He doesn't like me one bit. I've exposed him several times. So right now he's been really tough for him. And I guess because it's tough for him, he now joined forces with another uh, rape accused former president of South Africa, President Jacob Zuma. The new party called MKP, Contour Sees Way political party. They've joined forces and now they are pushing. Now, Jacob Zuma is on a campaign trail and he's using the old ANC uh, political campaign approach. He goes to churches a lot. So couple of Sundays ago, he was at Rivers of Living Waters Church. This is President Jacob Zuma, where he was given the opportunity to address the thousands of people that were there. And this is the same church that Stephen Zondo leads. Now, we know Jacob Zuma was accused about 15 years ago of actually having a sexual relationship, raping actually, a girl who was almost like his daughter. But he denied it and said, no, she enticed him, and then he had sex with her. Now, this is somebody who's who's supposed to take care of that girl, right? So he's also gone through a lot, into prison, out. Now he's trying to find his political voice because there are so many cases against him. So obviously, I think Stephen Zondo will jump on the bandwagon and say, look, hey, let's do this together. I also have cases at court. So this is Stephen Zondo, Bishop Stephen Zondo and Jacob Zuma at Stephen Zondo's church, right? So when I saw it, I was a bit like, I wasn't surprised or shocked, to be honest with you. And it is important to understand why did they come into sort of like that sort of relationship? Why did Stephen Zondo even give Jacob Zuma the opportunity to come to church and campaign? Obviously, they could do that, right? But it's Stephen Zondo. So his name now reached on to the regional list of the politicians that are supposed to make it to parliament. And people were surprised. And this is the list, some part of the list. You can look at his name. His name is number 17 on this list. You can see Zondo Bafana Stephen. This is the regional list, the Gauteng province list of Nkonto Wesize, our political party. So it means your name is on this list. You are the 17th nominee. If you get enough votes, you would make it to parliament. Obviously, trying to defend himself and make sure all these accusations, he would find a way to fight it. Politics is a way to hide. Politics is a way to fight. Don't be surprised, a couple of years from now, you will see Bushiri running for political office in Malawi. That's what they do. They run into those things. And obviously, Zuma was a rape accused and Zondo was a rape accused. So how can they come together? Right? Trying to save face. Zuma has quite a couple of court cases right now that he's fighting, but he needs to find a way to fight it. And to be honest with you, Zuma has quite a lot of support. I wouldn't be surprised if they take, quite a lot of municipalities or the province of KZN in South Africa and get quite a lot of members of parliament because he still has quite a lot of support. And dodgy people like Zondo would always support somebody like Zuma. But what does God expect from us as a church or as a leader? I know Zondo is not a church leader. His Rivers of Living Waters is not a church. So I don't expect much from him, but we need to be aware who we vote for, who we support publicly, privately, who we give our platforms to. And Zondo's name, like I said, is number 17 on this list. Now, there's a lot of people who have been writing petitions to the party and saying, why should you put the name of Stephen Zondo, who is currently in court because he used his office as a bishop and raped and abused women, and he's in court right now. Why should his name be on this list? So maybe they're going to remove his name if they feel quite a bit of pressure on them and bring in another name. Or they will just say, anyway, why should we remove his name? He's going to bring in the votes for us anyway. And even the leader, Jacob Zuma himself, he was once accused of rape. South Africa is going to elections in a couple of months. So there's quite a lot of that. Should the church play politics? I seriously believe the church has a role to play in politics. But when we get involved in politics, we must do it in a very righteous way. That is important. We must do it in a very righteous way. It's important for us as Christians to get involved in politics one way or the other, because politicians govern our country, our states, our provinces. So we must have a role. We must decide who goes in and who stays out. The Bible says when the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked is in authority, the people grumble. Our South Africans grumbling, our Nigerians, Malawians, Zimbabweans, Kenyans, are they grumbling? Because you see, God is not going to take a leader and impose it on you, but he will give you the opportunity to elect a leader and put a leader there. God bless you guys. Catch you again later.